So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the DJI Mini 3 Pro versus the DJI Avata. Now, before I go in, let me just say this video is for beginners, not persons that are super experienced, but maybe persons that are just getting into drones or even intermediate. I'm basically just giving my thoughts on both of these drones. I've been flying drones for quite some time, but I've recently gotten into FPV. So let me just go ahead and say, my initial thoughts. So the DJI Mini 3 Pro is, a drone that I've been using for quite some time now. And I have to say it is absolutely amazing. Advantages of this drone is that it is super small, and that's going to make it easy for you to travel around with and carry whenever you're going to new places. It is small enough that you don't have to register it when you're going to certain places. It is less than 250 grams if you're using the smaller batteries. So because of that, you can fly in a lot of places and not have to worry about certain restrictions. It also has a built-in vertical mode, which is going to be super important for content creators, because this is going to help you to pretty much have shots that are perfect for social media right out the go. Another thing that I love about this drone is the fact that it has auto modes. So if you're traveling by yourself and you don't necessarily have someone else to take your shots for you, it has a lot of auto function that's going to be very helpful for you to get shots as a solo creator. So I think this is going to be really good for someone that is a beginner at drones, someone who is a content creator that wants a smaller drone. For example, me, who even though I've been flying drones for quite some time, I prefer a smaller, lighter unit because it's going to help me to get a lot more shots versus something that's big and heavy and it's going to discourage me from flying. So that's some of the reasons why I love this particular drone. Now let me start touching on the Avata. Now, if you've never flown FPV before, let me just say flying FPV is a totally different ballgame than regular drone. So the first thing I can say, it is a very exhilarating experience. I have never flown FPV prior to this, so it is a refreshing thing. It feels super different and it's extremely fun. So that's one of the reasons why I really like this particular drone. I also think FPV shots give you another dynamic, a dynamic that we're not kind of used to. It feels very surreal, almost like a video game, and it's just super interesting. I think FPV has a lot of freshness in the market right now. Another thing I like about the DJI Avata is that even though it is an FPV drone, it has a lot more features versus other FPV drones on the market. The goggles are very high quality, which allows you to see what's going on, which is something that other persons who fly FPV are not used to. It also has a lot of stabilization modes. So for regular persons flying FPV, it's entirely manual. But luckily for us, the DJI has a lot of built-in modes, making it beginner friendly. Also to give us a motion controller that helps beginners to be able to fly right off the bat. So that makes this great for persons just getting into FPV, and it makes it easy for persons to get a taste of what it's like. And guys, this thing is super durable. The sad part about FPV is that you're almost guaranteed to crash. Unfortunately, I've had about 3 to 4 crashes so far, but luckily, it's still perfectly fine. I have a few scratches, but it has no flight issues. I had to replace a propeller, but propellers are like $9, guys. So pretty much with this, you have a very sturdy drone that can take a few crashes, and that's gonna give you a new perspective. So let me touch on who I think both of these would be for. So firstly, the DJI Mini 3 Pro, as I said before, I think it's gonna be perfect for beginners, persons who might want to offer drone services professionally, or content creators. What I love about this drone, it is super small. It's literally small enough to put into my pocket. And this is a very small shirt, and it literally holds in my pocket. Probably not doing the best demonstration right now, but you guys get the gist. It is super small, lightweight. So this is going to encourage you to shoot a lot. Also, if you might want to offer professional services, the quality on this drone is pretty high quality. It shoots 4K, so you're able to give persons that very nice, stunning 4K footage. And it has, just a lot of built-in features that make it easy for you to use. So I think this is going to be great for persons that are just getting into drone videography, that want to offer professional services, that might be hobbyists. Pretty much it's an all-around amazing piece of equipment, and it's moderately cheap. Compared to the other more higher level DJI drones, this is relatively cheap and gives you enough quality for almost all purpose cases. And even though I have, other drones, I use this for most of my shots because it's just the easiest one to carry around. So for beginners, professionals, or content creators, I'm gonna highly recommend this drone right here, which is the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Now, for the DJI Avata, which is a lot more different, I'm gonna say this is probably best for persons who are a little bit more experienced with drones and not necessarily full-on beginners. The thing is this, it is going to be a lot more expensive to fly this drone simply because there is a high chance that you will crash this drone, and in the event that you do crash it, it's going to cost you a little decent penny to replace it. Unlike the DJI Mini 3 Pro that has a lot more safety features like obstacle avoidance, this drone is a lot more manual. It does not have any obstacle, well, I think it has sensors below, but it doesn't have as much obstacle sensors as the DJI Mini 3 Pro. So you're gonna have to be like taking control of a lot of things that happen. The good thing is that it can take a beating.
It might go there, honestly.
At some point you're gonna get that crash that's probably going to total this drone entirely. Also, FPV flying is a lot more difficult and it's a lot more of a niche market. So personally, I would say if you're intending to become, going into FPV flying, then it's a different ball game than regular drones. It's not as, the thing is, it's unique. So you might be able to position yourself as one of the more newer players in the game, but it's not as common as regular drones and it's gonna be a little bit more expensive. Overall, I think this drone is gonna cost you a decent chunk more than getting the DJI Mini 3 Pro. So if you have a little bit extra cash to spare, then this might be a good option for you. But I don't think it's necessarily the best for beginners to drones. It's gonna be the best beginner FPV drone, but remember, FPV drone is a lot more difficult. So personally, I enjoy using both of these guys, but this is gonna be for someone that wants to go into a particular niche market, and FPV shots are gonna be a lot more different from your regular drone shots. So just keep that in mind. You're not gonna get the same style of shots from this as you get from the Mini 3 Pro. It's gonna be totally different. Also, it's not gonna be the best for photography either. So if you're thinking of probably offering photography services, I don't think this is gonna be the best one for photography. I think the DJI Mini 3 Pro definitely has that taken care of. You can get some amazing pictures on the DJI Mini 3 Pro. This does take pictures, but it stands out in the unique perspective. If you own a DJI Mini 3 Pro or a DJI Avata, I have a free lot in the description below that's going to change your DC-9 footage to Rec 709. All you have to do is click on the link in the description below, which is freelot.danevisuals.com. That is all yours. Also, if you've been enjoying this video so far, I'd love if you could go ahead and click that subscribe button so I can make more videos like this just for you. So I hope based off the description below, you were able to decide which drone is best for you. Feel free to let me know in the comments which one you think you're gonna purchase. Also, if you enjoyed this video, the YouTube algorithm says you're gonna love this video right here. All right, so you click